Cathy Thomas. I welcome Aaron Zimmer, Executive Chef at La Vaquera at River Street Marketplace in San Juan Capistrano, where the cuisine pays tribute to the land and its California ranchero history. Chef will share the secrets of his Kona Kampachi Crudo. Welcome, Chef. Your crudo is so delicious. Tell me about it.
Well, this dish is really about simplicity and letting all of the ingredients really speak for themselves. We're using a Kona Kampachi, which has a really high fat content to it, and we really want that to shine through the dish.
I can hardly wait. Let's get started.
Let's get started. First step that we're going to do is we're going to pickle some Fresno chilies. Cider vinegar.
I love cider vinegar.
So good. Sugar. Water. A pinch of salt. And we're going to bring that up to a boil.
All righty. Pickling is really easy, isn't it?
It's simple, and this is called a simple pickle,
Yes.
you know?
Is it a quick pickle?
It's a quick pickle, I do like to let them sit overnight. It really just helps everything blend together. While that is coming to a simmer, we're going to prep our Fresno chilies. Cut the ends off of our chili. We don't want the seeds. The seeds make it a little bit too spicy for this dish. And once we start seeing the seeds,
Yes.
we're going to pop those seeds out.
Easy peasy.
Easy peasy. And then continue slicing. So now that our cider vinegar has come to a boil, we're just going to pour that over our chilies. Make sure that the chilies are completely covered by that vinegar. And then we're going to take a little bit of plastic wrap here. Thank you. And we're going to cover the chilies. And this is just going to help hold that heat in.
Okie doke. What's next?
Next, we're going to segment our citrus. Our local citrus that we're going to use today is Caracara orange and blood orange.
Two of my very favorite.
This is really simple. We're just going to slice the ends off the oranges. And we're going to remove the skin. We want to make sure that we're not leaving any of the white.
You're
pith.
turning your knife so that you go down the contour of the fruit, right?
Yeah, we don't want to waste too much of our fruit.
And I can tell by looking at this, this is your blood orange.
This is our blood orange. Look at that beautiful color.
Oh, it's gorgeous.
Yes. And then the same process. For our segments, we are going to go right in between the membranes. We don't want that white membrane on the fruit.
And this may look like a complicated step, but once you get used to doing this, it goes very quickly.
Yes. Now that we have our citrus segments, we're going to move on to charring our avocados.
Oh boy, I'm looking forward to this.
Yes, and this is such an amazing thing. It makes such a difference when you actually get a little char on these avocados. Cut it into a quarter, and then we can peel away that skin.
So is charred avocado a common ingredient?
I'm seeing it more and more these days. A lot of chefs have really caught on to this because it does just add and accentuate the flavor of the avocado. Take these and we're going to set them on our sheet tray here. And
this is no small torch.
No, you know, restaurants, everything industrial, we love it. But you can use a smaller blowtorch. A little stick lighter is not going to work, unfortunately. But, you know, you never know what's in the basement downstairs. So.
And you're being serious about the char.
Yes, very serious about that char. And we're even going to flip it around so we can get that backside.
I assume this isn't changing the texture?
So it will change the texture slightly because you're cooking the avocado. So if you char the avocado too much, it'll start to get a little bit mushy. So we want to do it pretty quickly. We don't want to I'm not going to flip them over and do all sides.
Right.
We're just going to leave it like this. This is just such a simple step here, but such an important step. We don't want the fish to be too thin because we want that texture of the fish to really shine, but we also don't want it too thick either. We want to make sure that we're slicing along the loin this way. We're not going to take slices off this side of the loin because the texture will change it as well.
So I say this is crosswise on the diagonal.
Crosswise on the diagonal.
All right.
I like to use Kona Kampachi, which is a deep water pens outside of the island of Kona. They also have another farm that they've started in Baja. And so we prefer to pull the fish from Baja as it's closer. It's really important that we get salt on all of the fish and avocado oil on all of the fish.
This is so interesting because I wouldn't have done this step.
Yeah.
And it would have been wrong.
It would have been different.
Yes.
It would have been different. The first step of our plating is going to be to plate our charred avocados. I like dishes to speak for themselves, and I like the produce or the protein to tell us where it wants to be on a plate. We don't have a standardized look that we have for a plate. You kind of like, look at this, we look at the cut, maybe it's going to stand up nicely, but this one's not, and we're just going to set that one down. We're going to have something where we leave the uncharred side up so we get some color to it.
I love it.
Let the fish kind of do its thing. Where does it want to be? I don't know. It's just going to kind of tell us as we're putting it down. And then we're going to start putting our citrus segments on. We'll start with our cara. Beautiful acidity to the dish, beautiful color to the dish, beautiful texture of that orange bursting in your mouth while you're eating everything. Pickled Fresnos here. Make sure you have one Fresno for every slice of fish.
Look at that.
Micro cilantro. If you can't find micro cilantro, just pick some nice leaves of cilantro. We're using a Malden salt here. I love this salt because it not only is it add salt to it, but it adds that crunchy texture as you're eating everything. And then a little bit more of the oil.
Chef, I've got to tell you, this is genius right here.
It's simple, but it's not. You have to find all the perfect ingredients.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Here's a quick tip from Melissa's. To some, it may be called pureed vegetable soup, but at my house, we fondly refer to it as garbage. Garbage soup, made with a hodgepodge of on-hand vegetables, chosen often from remnants in the refrigerator vegetable drawer. The recipe can vary greatly from one time to the next. 2 or 3 mild vegetables can be substituted at will. Green beans, zucchini, more celery, leeks are all good choices. Certain ingredients remain constant. A handful of baby spinach and parsley. A bouquet garni adds so much flavor. Instead of cheesecloth, use 2 stalks of celery, packed with aromatics tucked inside. Tie with a cotton string. Get the recipe at cathythomascooks.com.